cozy duo back at it again with Horizon, with the scary Akali, and I guess more tankier champions on the side of Nexplay Esports as well.
And now the question would be, who is
realization for sure? But we are going to be having a Chule Tatsuri matchup, but a very tough one for 1-2-1 perhaps. But we're now in the game. This is game number 2 between Nexplay Esports versus Team Secret. Nexplay Esports already 1 game ahead. Again, this is a BO3 series. Very excited to see how this pans out.
Ooh. But you know what's interesting? We have Chule with the Gragas mid laner against Tatsuri of a Seraphine. It's untraditional, it's unconventional, but it worked out for NXP in their previous tournaments. I saw Chule use this Gragas in a very dominant way, in a very dominant fashion. So I'm expecting something new in this game number 2.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be very scary for a Seraphine. Expect flashes to be burned, barriers to be burned on Tatsuri, because you have to deal with a mid-jungle duo who is amazing at these engages, at these ganks. So gotta be careful of that flash body slam, gotta be careful of that sonic wave coming from Just G. So now, Tatsuri gotta be careful, just as Trevor will have to probably try to match the aggression.
Absolutely. So we talked about the mid lane, as you know what, it's something that is very dominant. But now let's look at the Baron lane. Fiora versus an Akali. And I think Horizon has the opportunity to go for some shrouds and go back to safety. But overall, Fiora into the early matches can just go for a post. But we have another fight with the Scuttler.
Yeah, that is a 3v3 fighting towards the Scuttler. Nicely done body slam. Trevor insanely low at this point, and that will be first blood, not yet, as the shield from Trevor kicks in. But there is the kill. There is the dive. That's 2 kills already for Nexplay as Trevor and Hamas falls. And NXP, you may not have secured the Scuttler, but you have secured the kills. That tornado, that knockup turns into a follow-up kill. Nicely done by Disaster. That is enough for that go button for NXP to dive in.
Yeah, and we talked about how Chule with the Gragas mid lane is a very dominant champion. He is dominant in terms of his aggressiveness and in terms of his response. So I like how I'm seeing right now 0-3 in favor of NXP. With 2k gold lead, they can now have those items up and running for their team. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, Disaster already has the redemption knock.
That is crazy. That will mean a huge extra utility on top of the monsoon available for the dragon that will come up in a minute or so. But at least for Rift Scuttlers, it's 1 apiece. But for sure, Nexplay Esports has gotten the best deal out of that exchange at the bottom side of the map.
Absolutely, but let's look at the dragon lane right now. We talked about the Baron lane, we talked about mid lane. Now, Kai'Sa, Ezreal. I think Kai'Sa is more of the mid-game, late-game type of champion, but considering they got the first 3 kills, now the Bee of Sword and Executioner's Calling is available for himself. So that's actually quite huge. It's like 1 longsword remaining for his first kill, a Kaitian Rain, to be upgraded, while Ezreal has the Mana Tier and the longsword alone. So Maramune is still not going to be available for that Ezreal.
At least we'll be able to get that stacks on the tier early. But for now, you're right. It's a little bit... it's going to be a little bit air quote chill in the bottom side of the map till the next dragon spawns for these 2 teams. Right now, it's still going to be a duel on the top side of the map a little bit. But it looks like we're not going to be seeing the Team Secret style of having to go up and see if they can burn a summoner spell. They are just going to see whether or not they can position themselves early into that dragon.
And interestingly enough, Riku, I think you have a prediction in mind because Camille is going to the top side of the map. I think they want that turret instead of the dragon. They're going in for the Tower's Blood, which gives every single one of teams you get gold. And I think this is done to alleviate the negative pressure of Nexplay Esports with a 2k gold deficit right now with the 3 kills instantly from the game.
Yeah, two of your Baron laners-ish picks-wise wanted to dive into Ryzen, but still no flash being burnt. But here comes Chule with the Gragas. Is he even needed as Ryzen is super low at this point? But Azar as well. And there's the casket for the final blow as Trevor dives into the tower with a Hextech ultimatum used towards Justy. He is eating tower hits, but he has the Guardian Angel activated. And one more smash from Chule will secure the kill. And that is a 2-0 in favor of NXP.
And that's what I'm saying. If a Lee Sin has a GA first item, it enables him to dive under turrets and become more aggressive. And that is how NXP has utilized this item. And with that kill, with that damage against Team Secret, they now got the tower first blood. And now they're sitting at a 4k gold lead, now coming right up to a 5k gold lead. So basically, they're sitting at a very good position.
Yeah, that is huge for Nexplay Esports. Not only did they get the first dragon of the game, I mean, it's an air drake, still very important when it comes to roaming the map and making map plays. But at the same time, they managed to get first blood tower, which is so huge because they didn't really have to exchange anything off of the map. They even got more out of it.
Absolutely. And now with the wave clears from NXP Chule and with the wave clears from Akali, the Rift Herald is going to be open. This is something that Team Secret wants because they lost a lot of gold already. And having that Rift Herald may potentially alleviate this disadvantage to go for turrets. So that is the reason why we're seeing Team Secret now hovering into the Rift Herald's pit.
Yeah, this is the thing. Will we be able to see the Encore Glacial Fissure True Shot Barrage combo that we've been waiting for? But oh no, Chule is in the middle of it all as that's 5 members just trying to focus their damage onto Wharton. Ryzen dives into the fight, backs away immediately as the stun kicks in. No one falls so far, but it is an exchange of ultimates and as well as summoner spells. But now, no one will be at the Rift Herald for now.
That was looking in favor of Team Secret in the early match. It's an Hextech ultimatum onto Chule with no ultimate. But because of a Lee Sin with a counter engage that lead NXP to become more dominant in that fight. But now we're looking into another fight as Team Secret hovers into Rift Herald.
Yeah, this is going to be a Rift Herald fight as the Ryzen will dive in, and that's because of that, we've got Justy securing that Rift Herald. And now Trevor unfortunately falls down, and as well as Azar. That's 2 members down for Team Secret, and now NXP will be satisfied with that as they summon the Rift Herald immediately. Look at Disaster! The flash! Second steal just to secure the kill. Disaster, you are so bloodthirsty. The rest of NXP will be happy about that.
The reason why Disaster is named Disaster is because he brings disaster to the enemy team. And that is just perfect for NXP. And they got into map control with the tier 1 turret breaking down in the mid lane. Now, Team Secret needs to play a bit more passively in this fight because they can't go in a 5v5 setup against NXP in a face front type of duel because they are lacking in the gold aspect of the game and they're lacking in terms of their ultimates because Tatsuri is not gonna have that ultimate and Trevor is not gonna have a good time because they have Chule and Just Cheat to counter it out.
Yeah, Encore. We didn't really get to see that wombo combo we keep talking about earlier. I think that was one of the few instances where we get to see a 5v5. And unfortunately, because of Horizon diving into the fray, the rest of Team Secret were a little bit distracted, and Just Chi was able to secure that objective. Now, next objective has spawned. NXP again, first dibs on this area, but the rest of Team Secret are far away. They are going to give this up.
And we're looking at a repeat in history. It was Cloud Dragon first, and now another Dragon scared by NXP. But now, it's a massive gold deficit for Team Secret. It's so hard to put them down at this point. And I think having that wombo combo type of setup is going to be very hard. And that is, I think, one of the reasons why we don't see that huge reliance on those wombo combo drafts. Right? There more of times there are 2 huge AoE CCs, but the other is more on the balance type of situations, the single targeted CC. And I think that's the thing that is going to be very important. So if Team Secret utilizes that very well, maybe Tatsuri with a charm immediately, with a Hextech ultimatum, and the Glacial Fissure, I think that is their opportunity to make it a comeback. But now Just Chi goes for the jungle invade.
Yeah, blue secured. Stealing that away from Team Secret. Nexplay Esports very comfortable now, just moving around, but their target is Chule. He's all alone as Disaster's walking towards the river. I don't think he will make it out alive as he is bursted down. Disaster tried his best. He was nearby, but the damage was just too much coming from Team Secret.
But at the end of the day, there were a lot of ultis actually breaking down as Jesse goes for the flank.
There's the killer instinct, and Trevor might be in the middle of it all, but he is a Camille. He is fine. Good attempt from NXP, at least to try to even out the kill score from 1-1. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see that as James just burned summoner spells.
And speaking of burning spells, Team Secret burned out a lot of ultimates. I want to say that earlier, when after they got with a 5v1 type of gank against Chule, they got the Trevor ultimate out, they got the ultimate of the Tsuri out, and James as well, not having any of these ultimates. So right now, Nexplay Esports is looking at a very good situation because they have the explosive casket. They have Horizon with the ultimate as well, so they can just go in, go for some pickoffs, and after that, go for the Baron Nashor. Indeed, gonna be the situation right now. And now, it depends on Team Secret if they would allow Nexplay Esports to just go ham into this fight.
That's true. They do have the capability of catching someone off guard, considering the fact that Team Secret is a little bit separated at the moment. They have to push the waves. Just G looking for a pick towards Tatsuri. Looks like the Sonic Wave will not connect, but they're now starting the Baron for the bait. Trevor and James sees this though. Now, Horizon jumping in towards James. He is all alone, but he changes target. He's aiming for Chewy. He's all alone as well, but Azar will exchange blows with the rest of the squad. Now, he's got the first blood. That will be Tatsuri, as the rest of the squad from NXP just chasing down Azar, and as well as Chewy. And Trevor retreats. That is 2 members minus. The wombo combo that we've been waiting for will not be available for Team Secret as Nexplay Esports starts the Baron.
Absolutely. You talked about the bait, and I think that was the perfect description of how Nexplay Esports was playing it. They were baiting out Team Secret, and that was Akali's moment. That was the perfect time. He went in, dashed against the enemy team, killed the ADC, killed the Tatsuri, and killed of James. And after that, they were done for. They just went back, went in for Baron Nashor to then go for the reset. Right? They want to go for those items because they have those gold already in their pockets.
That's true. It's a little bit early, 12 minutes into the game, and a little bit too soon. The death timers are very, very short at this point of the game. So might as well for Nexplay Esports to set up a dragon instead. But so far, Team Secret doing really well. But Uzi will find Azar here as he's the one being focused on. Here's the redemption being dropped, but that's 3 members. But anyway, nicely done kick onto Trevor, but not again. It's like deja vu, but different people dead. Azar and Trevor have been eliminated 20 seconds or so, and that is a free Baron.
Free Baron rather, indeed. Because Trevor is not going to be available for Team Secret. That is the jungler of TS. And without the smite, they cannot potentially get that Baron for the steal. So Nexplay Esports has the free reign onto that one. Now it's going to be the utilization of NXP onto the Baron box, going all lane pressure.
Yeah, doing a 1-1-1 as the 2 members from NXP, Uzi and Disaster, tries to finish the dragon at this point. Not wasting any time to utilize this Baron buff. And now, Just G actually just gonna play with Azar a little bit, but take note, Trevor is nearby. He still does his job, as the rest of NXP still are in the mid lane, but it's going to be a 1v2 situation. Just G is golden, but he safeguards towards safety. He is A-OK.
A-OK indeed, but what's not A-OK is how NXP is now pressuring into the mid lane and into the Baron lane. They're going to secure that inhibitor turret in the Baron lane, so now 2 more turrets are going to be remaining.
2 more turrets, that is a cap, that is a flash used by James. And at this point, you have Disaster, the rest of the squad rather, as the Seraphine Encore being used, flashes and summoner spells being exchanged over here as Horizon decides to join in the fight. There's the dash, there's everybody else from Team Secret diving into their own base, as now 5 people are still complete and they're hitting that tower and Nexus down with Nexplay Esports 2-0